Okay guys, the day is here. The wait is over and Bowman Draft is in the house. We're gonna dive into a hobby box today. Of course, they're switching the names up. It used to be, jumbos and super jumbos. Now they're calling these hobby boxes, and then they do have the super jumbos. So these are 12 big fat packs with 32 per. Of course, this is generally it's everybody from the 25 draft class, minus a couple of the better names. They've left Ethan Holiday out. They'll save him for 26 draft. And then I think Arquette is one of the other top 10 picks. So I've done a little bit of research. I know some of the chases. We've got a list next to us. But let's get into this, you guys. As I get this open, be sure, hit that like button for us. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, hit that bell so you are notified when we do post a new video. Housekeeping off the top, whatnot. We want to give Bags a shout out for his singles show Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central, Singles with the Sign Guy. I will make note of our other upcoming YouTube break. I'll put the flyer up on the screen. We do have, I think, 10 or 11 spots left. We want to get that filled by next Wednesday, the 21st, if we can. Do a live stream and rip that. Again, that's the 2 Chrome update jumbos and then 6 Bowman Megas. So without further ado, you guys, I am so jacked to get into this. It's going to be a little bit longer of a rip. I'm not going to go super fast. I know we'll fly through the paper once we get going, but I want to take my time, enjoy this. This is not a cheap box, as most of you probably know. So we gotta take our time and enjoy it, you guys. So we've got 12 packs, 3 guaranteed Chrome autos. Set these off to the side. Set these off to the side, and let's go. Of course, Eli Willits, the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Cool note that I heard he's the youngest first overall pick since 1987. And your boy, the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. So that was a cool stat. So a lot of pitchers in the top, a lot of pitchers, a lot of high school shortstops. So, Cade Anderson, Tyler Bremer, Seth Hernandez, who I think in doing a little research might have the most upside of anybody, just got crazy stuff. And then we got just a slew of high school shortstops. So let's just take a quick peek. We're going to run through the paper real quick here. Just want to get a feel for it. Gavin Feen, he's another good one. He's gaining a little bit of momentum recently. There's Walker. That's a sweet card. Ethan Fry, another good one. So we're just getting a look at the paper again. Nothing new. The 25 Bowman design that we've seen, and then we're going to get into the guts and the Chrome. We're going to have an auto right out the rip. Gavin Feen. He's a decent chase. He's picked up some momentum recently. I'm trying to think. He was like the 12th overall pick for the Rangers. So that's a good. It's just the Chrome. It's a bunch of stuff on there. Hopefully that'll wipe off. Yeah, it looks like it will. Just the base Chrome, but a very nice first auto to get. So we'll take it. Go through the rest of the Chromes here. Man, this is just all kinds of Fiend in this pack. There's his base. There's Twins Matt Barr. There's Cade Anderson. He was the number 3 overall pick, I believe. Yep. So college kid. He'll be, pretty ready. So I'm guessing a fast path with the Mariners. Brady Ebel, another good one. It's Guzman and Jamie Arnold. He's a solid arm. Then we got the Axis. It's just one of the inserts. That's going to be Andrew Salas. Of course, we remember him from the Bowman Chrome. Then we get 2 refractors per pack. There's a nice one, not a first, but number 2 prospect in all the land, Kevin McGonigal, and Jacob Morrison on the 2 refractors. So let's go. We're on the board with Gavin Feen on the base auto. Of course, we know these Bowman Chrome first autos are about the most coveted card a player can have, and that's why this Bowman draft set is such a sought-after product. All right, so we're gonna have piles and piles of paper. So I'm gonna set that here, set our Chromes here, and set our refractors. We'll just set the refractors out here. All right, guys. So as you can see, monster packs. Takes a while to get through. As we get going here, I'll fly through the paper much quicker. And we'll just get down to our guts. Of course, we're looking for that color and we're looking for that ink. All right, here we go. Into the chromes. Livingston. There's Dean Moss. There's Brisaniel. Great hitting catcher for the Tigers. Brian Curley. Spencer Jones. We're going to have another prize prospects, another one of the inserts. Mitch Voigt. He was also a first-round pick. Where was he? Where did I see him? Maybe he wasn't a first-rounder, but he's regarded as one of the better chases in the product. So then we got Melendez on the first refractor and Ty Harvey. So that was a pretty base pack. Pack number 3, guys. Thank you so much for stopping. Be sure to hit that like button. Really helps the cause. There's Willits on the paper, base paper. That's the number 1 overall pick that we're chasing right now. Of course, you know, some of these pitchers might have a faster track, but of course, all these high schoolers, it's going to be a wait and see. You know, once in a while, you get that fast track guy that shows up when he's 19, 20, but few and far between. I don't see any color in this one as well. So we got another auto here. So we're gonna have another base auto. And that's going to be Max Williams. For the Marlins. Kind of a crazy looking little auto there. All right, the rest of our chrome. There's Joe Swar, of course, the big chase in Bowman Chrome. Sebastian Walcott. Then we got the draft day. Seth Hernandez. There's that pitcher I was talking about. Huge upside. Throws absolute triple-digit gas. So that's kind of the draft 25. Kind of cool. Says where they're drafted, gives their stats. And then we got Malcolm Moore and Tyler Bremer. There's a nice refractor to get. The number 2 overall pick. Yes, sir. That's what he's at, number 2. And then we'll put our sleeved cards here, and we'll get Max Williams in some plastic here. So we're 2 for 2 on base autos, not the greatest, but yeah. So Max Williams kind of in that tier 2 of chases in this product. I'm trying to see where he was actually drafted. Yeah, 3rd rounder, 78th overall, but anyway, good upside for him. And we'll just leave Bremer in the sleeve there. All right, here we go. 4th pack will be a third of the way done after this. Again, thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you're able to get your hands on this. Again, this is a big ask to jump into one of these hobby boxes. And spoiler alert, do not miss Friday. Bags and I will be together, and we are going to rip one of the super jumbos. They got the giant 120 card packs, 5 autos. Man, are we jacked for that. So here we go. Looks like we're going to have one of our sky blues in here. I think just paper, though. And that's going to be, there's Bazana. Cam Caminiti. That's to $4.99. Of course, not a first. Sean Gable, he's a solid pull. There he is. First one of Chrome. Looks very nicely centered, too, of Willits. And we got the Axis. There he is again, the number 1 pick. And our refractors are going to be Kyle Lodice and Michael Salina. All right, so not necessarily the color we're looking for, but we'll put Cam Caminiti again. Stud, just not his first, just of the prospect variety here. So there we go. All right, let's get into the second third, you guys. Pack number 5. Already got 2 of our autos gone, and they're both base. So let's find some, like a true blue, true gold. That's what you're ultimately looking for here. We want to find some color. It looks like we're going to have one of the green reptilians. So we'll fly through the base here again. In lieu of time. Man, it feels good to get into a new Bowman product. And our reptilian. Dominic Reed out of 99. Don't know a lot about him, but a really cool reptilian. This one actually looks pretty centered. The few boxes I've been watching, it seems like all of the reptilians are really horrible OC. All right. Davalon, he's a solid one. There's Big Tommy White, Yannick. And then our, prize prospects. We got Kate Anderson there. Refractors are going to be Sirota and Johnny Slawinski. All right, so let's put Dominic Reed. Man, I don't know a lot about him. 90th overall pick, round 3. Looks like he's a college kid, so got a little experience under him. All right, let's go like that. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go. We need to do better. We need something big here. Come on, Bowman. Still no color I'm seeing. What is this, though? We got like we got an X-Fractor, but it's kind of a funky looking color. What do we got here? Come on, baby. Oriole. Is it Ike? Ooh, wow. Zerwa? Joseph Zerwa, black X-Fractor to 10. Let me do a little research on this guy. I don't think the name doesn't... Okay, second rounder, Michigan State boy, left-hander, 58th overall pick. Wow. At first I thought that, I forget his name, is it Ike Irish or whatever, the catcher for the Orioles, which is, he's one of the chases. That is a gorgeous card, you guys. Black X-Fractor, 2 of 10. Let's go, Joe. So that's the kind of dart you're looking for. Again, and that's, you know, the nice part about it. Even when you don't think you've hit it right now, in the middle of January, you just never know. That's what makes Bowman so great. Of course, this one is a little more, you know, the Bowman Chrome is so much more about the international products, a lot less known about the players. So it's nice to have a mix of some of the drafted players that we are stateside, and we kind of have some data to go by. Again, but that doesn't always mean anything. You've seen how many times you wait a year and all of a sudden the best first is in a box somewhere because he wasn't all that on release. There's Connor on the prospect card. Man, I hope he cracks the club speaking of cracking the club this spring. There's JJ. Prize prospects, there's Bazana, last year's #1 pick. Franklin Arias, stud, and Dominic Fritton on the refractors. So wow, what a dart, you guys. Joseph Zerwa is how I'm guessing you say that. Black X-Fractor to 10. Let's go. So that's our 3 autos, you guys. Now we just got to find that crazy SSP super case hit. There's Dax Kilby, another Yankees prospect, getting a lot of hype. He tore it up in a little bit of action. That's the other thing. A lot of these guys were drafted and never swung a bat again, that, you know, for the summer, and a few of them went and played a little bit in some A-ball, rookie ball, etc. So it'd be great to keep a close eye on them this spring to see how they come out the gates. All right, here we go. We got an Aqua. Xavier Neans, he's a solid one. He was on, I think, he was like number 5 on my list. So that's the Aqua to 125. 21st overall pick. Xavier Neans, very nice. We'll take it. Numbered card. And there's LaGrange. Billy Carlson, another one. Kind of crazy thing. There might be 3 of them, but like Billy Carlson and Seth Hernandez, same high school. There may be a third guy that was on that team that also was drafted, I don't know, in the first 2 rounds. Absolutely crazy. There's Ike Irish. That's who I was talking about earlier. I know he's got some buzz. Prize prospects. Jamie Arnold. Solid arm for the A's. We got Bodine on the refractor and Sakura on the second refractor. All right. Neans, we'll take that. That's going to be the Aqua Wave to 125. Very sharp card. Kind of running out of room here. We still got 5 packs to go, you guys. Curious to see how they play out with the autos all gone. What are they gonna throw us? Man, I'd like to see a true something, a true orange, a true blue at the very least. Now that we know it won't be an auto is a little bit disheartening, but those true blues and those true golds are absolutely the creme de la creme as far as players' first cards. We got another X-Fractor. There he is, Rainiel Rodriguez. Of course, we remember him as one of the chases from Bowman Chrome. So very nice there. And there's another Kilby on the Chrome. Oh, look at that guy. Ready to rock. Kalen, let's go, buddy. There's JJ on the Axis card. Very nice. Refractors. Cameron Nelson. Briggs McKenzie. A couple firsts there. So we're not hitting real big on our refractors. And again, I'm probably not, I'm going to go back through all of this and sleeve up a good portion of it, but in lieu of time, I'm going to try to keep this rolling. So 4 packs to go, you guys. Good vibes. Here we go. See, oh, there's like a sky blue chrome you get, I think 1 per box, and it looks like that might be coming here. I don't know that I've seen bonus autos yet. Let's be the first ones to rip a 4th auto out of a box. That'd be sweet. Here's a true blue right here. Not a first, though. Oh, Briseño, nice player. But you always want a first on those true blues. It's a little OC top to bottom there, too, but those cards are gorgeous, and left to right, and that's a pretty bad cut. All right, here we go. Chromes. There's Olivito, solid pull. There's Shotaro Mori on the Chrome, or just the Prospect Chrome. There's Riley Quick for the Twins. Then we got Sky Blue Max Bailey. Not sure what that guy, not sure much about, don't know much about him. But that's the Sky Blue, not numbered on the front. Dean Curley and Cooper Pratt on the... So let's get these guys in quick cases here. Kind of filling up our stage, running out of room, but we'll go too deep here if we have to. Slide these out. Get Max up there. And Briseño will get him a spot as well. I'm just going to set him here for now. I think I actually ran out of stands. All right, you guys, 3 to go. Here we go. Show us that true gold, baby. Go through the paper here real quick and get to the goodies. All right, here we go. Again, our autos are off the table, but you never know. Let's be the first one to hit that bonus. There's Slade on the prospects. Fouch. Liam Doyle. There's the number 2 overall pick, I believe, for the cards. And then our refractors. Lombardi. And Dante Nori on the prospect refractor. All right, guys. 2 left. Let's see what we can find. Gonna be tough to beat that out of 10. That's a crazy low dart, so definitely blessed to grab that one. Here we go. Here we go. There's Castillo, Caden Kent. There's Max Williams again, Salas. Then we got Ike Irish on the draft 25. I wonder if these have a name, actual name, just the draft card. 19th overall pick. There's Bazana on the refractor and Ben Jacobs on the first refractor. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming with me. It's been a haul. It's been absolutely a treat and a blessing to get into a box like this. Thank you guys so much for joining with me. Be sure to get down there in the comments and let me know what your favorite card was. And I don't see any color in this one, so we're gonna end on probably somewhat of a base pack. Let's get to the guts here. All right, here we go. Landon Harmon, there's Made on the Chrome prospect card. Elian Pena, of course, we remember him from Bowman Chrome. Access, Kevin McGonigal. Stallion, number 2 prospect in all the land. And then we're going to end with Aaron Watson and Sammy Stafura, now a Pirate. All right, guys, so let's do a quick recap here of all of the things that I sleeved up again. In lieu of time, I kind of only put the numbered stuff up on the screen, or up on the stage. So let's go through it here, you guys. We got the Dominic Reed out of 99 on the first, the Reptilian. Ken Caminiti on the Sky Blue Paper, 499. Real nice one here, Xavier Nevins on the Aqua Wave to 125. Briseño on the True Blue to 150. Then we got the Sky Blue, I think, Sky Blue Chrome on these. Not a number on it, but Max Bellew. And then our 3 autos. First one right out the rip, Gavin Fiend, very nice, just a base one, but a very nice player to get. Another decent pull, Max Williams, also the base auto, and definite hit of the box, Joseph Zirwa. Again, don't know a lot about him yet, 2nd round pick. College kid, lefty, you never know, 2 out of 10 on the black X-Fractor. Absolutely stellar dart. So that's a wrap, you guys. As I mentioned, be sure to tune back in Friday. We got an absolute treat for you with the Super Jumbo. Should be a fun time. I'll be with bags. We're going to rip that together. And then as we get into next week, you know, nothing planned yet, but we'll see what the plan is with what's on the shelf. So again, thank you guys so much for stopping. Have a great, blessed rest of the day. And until the next video, peace.